Well, guys, the podcast came out. We know why Donny Cates is leaving Venom.
Yeah, Venom. Venom 200. Just
we're
a
leaving
puppet on
the
a string.
book because there's no more Venom.
Yeah,
I
he's
can't.
dead.
I
We
can't
ruined
write
it.
a Venom book with no Venom.
There you have it. He also dropped some other big news. So if that's something that interests you, hit the like button while the intro plays, and let's talk about it. All right, guys. So last week we found out Venom 200 is it. It's done. No more Stegman and Donny Cates on Venom. It is over. Venom 200. The end. But I'll tell you, I don't think it's over. Okay. So Stegman and Donny, they do this podcast, Stegman and the Amazing Friends. So I listened to it. It was about an hour and 15 minutes long, something like that. It wasn't too bad. Listen to the whole thing. I think it was good. It was good to get to hear Donny's background with Venom, and I do truly think he really appreciates the character from a personal level. So I think that's why his Venom run's been so good. But I don't think that's it. I don't think that's all we're going to get from them surrounding specifically the Venom title. My opinion has changed. I do think that Venom 200 was probably always the plan. And they gave out some pretty cool information about kind of what they're going to be doing. And, you know, they hinted very much so that they're not continuing Venom, but they're going to be doing tons of stuff together. They're staying with Marvel. He has years of Thor planned out already. And he addressed a couple of things too, like King in Black issue 3, Thor's there in the current Thor run. He's locked away. What happened? Basically, COVID delay messed up the timelines. But like he mentioned, Marvel Comics, not everything has to happen. You know, it could have been a different week, right? So he addressed a couple of those concerns, but really made it very clear it was Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman's decision to walk away from Venom. 200 was apparently always going to be it. They have several other things they're working on, and that's what kind of leads me to think maybe there's going to be a Dylan spin-off series or maybe a Noel spin-off series, because they alluded to several big projects they have. They just can't talk about it yet. So very interesting. It's going to be coming from both Stegman and Donny. This is me again, purely speculating what I think is going to happen. But it was a fun conversation to listen to. They also spoke about the Maker, which last time they brought him up, he ended up in the Ultimate Universe, or what they're expecting. Donny Cates was very clear. He doesn't just drop subtleties, that they're always going to come back. So I'm thinking he might have something to do in that realm of things as well. So who knows? We know he is a huge fan of Spider-Man and things like that. So I think that's definitely an interesting concept. Maybe he'll jump on that, but he's for sure not leaving Marvel. But he did announce one really cool thing I thought was super exciting. Chip Zdarsky and Donny Cates are going to be working together on a project outside of Marvel. And he made fun of, you know, Zdarsky's new knockoff Venom book, he called it. But I think that actually is a pretty interesting team up, Chip Zdarsky and Donny Cates together on something outside of the Marvel Universe. So that was pretty cool to hear. There was no ulterior motive for them exiting the Venom run. Apparently this was genuinely it, but the way they spoke, I don't think it's over by any means. I think we're gonna get a Noel, a Dylan. We're gonna get something, right? There's gonna be some additional. Something's got to be coming from them. I mean, it's just got to, right? And Thor obviously is going to be around for a long time, but who knows what actually will be coming. Before we end the video, I put out a question on Instagram and said, who would you fan cast for Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman to go and write, whether that's Marvel, DC, whatever? And here were some of the cool answers. Spider-Man, that's a given. Moon Knight, I think a crazy Moon Knight, that would be up Donny's alley. Now, somebody mentioned they need to have Carnage conquer the world, and it depends on Venom to stop him. So a little bit like the Absolute Carnage run last year. However, specific with Carnage, somebody said Blade. I think Blade would be another really cool concept for Donny to take on. Now, we are going to get a lot of Blade and Heroes Reborn now, but I think Donny would do a good job there. The Punisher, another one, I think would be interesting. I think he would probably do better on something like Moon Knight or Blade. That's what I would love to see him on. The smartest man I know, Skeff's Comics Knowledge, said Venom. Original. Now, somebody said go to DC, work on a new Question comic, so that's cool. We had Death's Head. That's very interesting. A ton of ASM, a Dylan Brock run, and that's what I think. I mean, Dylan has become such a staple in the Venom run and such a cornerstone. I think it only makes sense he gets to take on the first Dylan run because you know it's going to happen. Guardians of the Galaxy, so we know he did do kind of like a teamwork thing, right? Kind of like a co-writing. People weren't huge fans of it, but there are definitely big opportunities there for that. Another Punisher suggestion. Now, here's the last one. Somebody said a new career path. Thank you. I'll be here all week. Don't forget to tip your bartender. I was very clear. I was going to read all of the answers and wanted to stay true to that. So let me know down in the comments. One, what do you think is going to come for Donny after the Venom run? Is it something you're excited for? Obviously, we know we're going to get Thor, but he is going to stay with Marvel. Two, what would you fan cast for those folks to write? Donny and Ryan Stegman. What would you love to see from them? I really would love to see a Noel specific or a Dylan specific. I think it's got to be Dylan next. I think that would be really cool. So, and obviously Spider-Man, get some new life into Spider-Man. That would be fantastic. But anyways, guys, that's what came out of that podcast. Definitely go watch it or listen to it yourself. It was very interesting and gave me a little bit more of a respect for why he took on Venom and kind of what it meant to him. So, but guys, as always, you're the best part of Two Brothers Comics. Collect your way.